Hi and welcome to video 6 of Self-Publishing 101. My name is Nakari Griffiths and I am the author of 3 fiction books. In the last video we talked about formatting, so go ahead and check out that video. I will have the video pop up in the cards, and in this video we're going to be talking all about cover design. So cover design is a very personal thing to each author. There are so many different ways that you can go about cover design, about designing your cover, about picking a theme, genre, all these different types of factors that play into what cover you are going to end up with. So the first thing I want to say is that covers can range anywhere from free to costing hundreds of dollars, maybe even $1,000. And you can get covers from many different places. You can make them yourself using places like Canva or Bookbrush, or you can hire someone to make a cover for you. You can even go as far as to do a photo shoot of the model that's going to be on your cover to make sure that you have a very individual cover just for you. So first, let's talk about genres. So covers are going to be genre specific, and you really want to make sure that you are getting a cover that fits into your genre. Otherwise your book is going to stick out like a sore thumb, and not in a good way. A good way to go about this is to go to your local bookstore and have a look at other books in your genre and see what kind of covers they have. Another thing you can do is scroll through on Apple or Amazon and see what books are best ranking in the genre of your book. And then you're going to want to kind of go along those lines. I'm not saying to copy their cover, but at the moment a lot of anime covers are trending, so that is something to look into, especially for romance. I've noticed a lot of cartoony kind of covers, and fantasy lately has a lot of people on the front covers, dragons, fairies, things like that. I've also seen people using cartoony covers as well. Character art is also a big thing, and I do see a lot of people using character art for their covers. I had some character art done for my last book, so I'll post some pictures here of that to use for an example, and like I said, a lot of people are using these for their covers. Now I want to go into Canva first of all, because Canva is free to use and you can make some pretty good covers on here. There are a few downsides to it though, so you can only make ebook covers at this stage, and once you hit selling quite a lot of copies, you actually have to get a different cover made, because Canva technically owns that cover, even though they are royalty-free images. So that is something to keep in mind as well. Besides those two things, however, covers are free and great to use. You can download the high PNG file and it's all really good quality and a great method. Next, I'm going to talk about Bookbrush, which you do have to pay for a subscription. Although there is a free version, I'm not too sure if you can make book covers on the free version. I would have to check, but I don't think you can. So on Bookbrush, you can create ebook covers, audiobook covers, and a full page print cover as well, which is a really awesome tool. I had an interview with Bookbrush, which I will link in the cards and down below, and Kathleen took me all through how to make covers on there and said that a lot of people have had really great success with printing and it's been really great quality and all of that, and there is no maximums of books that you can sell that breach the code, so you don't need to go and then make another cover. While Bookbrush is a yearly subscription service, you do get so much out of it that it is highly worth every penny, and it's really not that expensive. You can make a range of different things, from book covers to book trailers to marketing material to 3D mock-ups of your books and much more. So I really think that is a good option as well. Now, the next option is to hire a cover designer. So you can go through places like a Fiverr or Freelancer and get a pretty cheap cover, also 99 designs. But just keep in mind that especially Fiverr, in my experience, a lot of people say that work is theirs when it's not, and then they are really cheap, so you hire them and then you find out that they really cannot design a book cover whatsoever. So that's really unfortunate. So I ended up going with 99 designs for my last cover and I loved who I found. He did end up costing me about $300, but I think it's completely worth it. He gave me all of the different layers of the file, like the text and the different graphics, so that then I could use it for other things, which is really great and has helped me in my marketing a lot. So I will put his contact details in the Patreon document, and if you don't know, I have compiled a Patreon document for this course and I put all the valuable links and contacts in there, so please click the link below if you would like to check that out. So that is hiring a cover designer. There are also places like Joanna Penn's website where she has different contacts of cover designers and different people like that. I'll link that down below, and just have a look. You can find people on Instagram. Often your favorite books will have who their cover designer and editor is in the front or back cover, so that's another way to go about it. Or if you're in any writing groups, you can ask in there as well who people recommend. Next, if you're a graphic designer yourself, you can make your own, but just make sure that it looks professional and that it fits in with the other books in your genre. Another thing to think about is your brand. Are all your books along the same branding? Can people tell that they are your books? That is another thing to think about as well. So you will need to write a blurb on your cover, and a blurb is a little description section on the back cover of your book that will tell people what your book is about. So that is something that you will need to do as well when you are working with a cover designer or making a cover on your own. So just make sure that it is catchy and that it tells people what's in the story without giving away the ending or the whole story, just enough to get people hooked. So there is something else to consider: spine content and sizing. So if you're printing your book, you will need to take into consideration the spine, which is the part on the side of the book that sticks out on the bookshelf and gives the title of the book and the publisher and all of that. So if you have a cover designer, they will handle all of this. If not, make sure that you put your name, the book title, and your publisher logo if the publisher is you. And then you need to get a logo to look professional. It is always on the spine, so make sure that you have that detail. It also needs to be on the back of the book, and I'll put an example here of my cover, and you can clearly see my Winter Publishing logo on the spine and on the back. And you also need to leave room for a barcode, so that is something to take into consideration as well. If you're printing on KDP, which is Amazon's print on demand company, they can provide you with a free one, or if you buy your own ISBN, that will go there as well. So this is something you need to take into consideration too. You can buy your own ISBNs as well. I will be talking more about ISBNs in the next video. I also have a video all about buying ISBNs, so I'll link that in the cards and down below. So the formatting of your book and the amount of pages will determine the sizing of your cover. So you need to first pick a size in your genre, so like 5x8, 6x9. I talked about this a bit in my last video on formatting, so please watch that video because that will determine the size of your book cover. And if your book is being printed in hardback, that will also make it thicker, so you need to take that into consideration, and it will also change the look of the book. So I got a book cover designed for a paperback book, and then I got it printed in hardback, and I'll show you how it prints. So it prints a little bit different, so you do need to tell your cover designer, if you have one, that it is hardback, so they can make the adjustments. So this is it, and it is just the slightest bit off, but it does make a difference, so please do keep that in mind. So that is all I have to say about cover design in today's video. Next video we are going to talk about publishing, where to publish your books to, how to publish them, everything in between. So please don't forget to subscribe and like this video so that you will be notified when I publish the next and final video in this series. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next one.